My name is Kelvin Owusu Ansah. Let's get into the latest in the world of sports. Well, the Black Princesses will be in action this evening. Ghana prepares for Angola clash, the 2025 African Nations Cup qualifiers. While Manchester United continue their struggles, Liverpool in a five-star performance. Kylian Mbappe scoring his first goal for Real Madrid, and some major upsets in the US Open. We'll be delving much more into it. Let's begin from the Black Princesses, who will be in action this evening at 10. They will play their first game at the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup in Colombia. The Princesses will open the account against Austria. Here is head coach Yusuf Basigi ahead of the big night.
The players are much ready because this is what they are waiting for, and the time has come. And looking at the enthusiasm with the technical staff, they are also quite okay because the players are looking up to us. So if we don't cheer up or we don't look much ready, it will go along the line to affect them. So I think we are also getting on well, and the players, I can say, they are much ready. Well, they are responding very well, and I'm very much impressed with their performance, because if you look at from day one, where we had challenges with the altitude, they struggled a little bit, and after 1 week they were okay, and then we played a game. They showed signs of readiness. We played our second game. They were full of ready to play.
So that is from Yusuf Basigi. She trusts that her ladies are ready to play. 10 p.m. is the time. Now moving away from the Black Princes to the Black Stars. And the players have started arriving in camp as we have about half of their team already in camp. We're expecting a lot more to join the Black Stars camp this evening. But the head coach and two of his assistants, that is John Pinsel, Fatau Dauda and Otoado himself, had an incident on Sunday as they were returning from Takwa, where they had monitored the Champion of Champions match between FC Samatex and Inswatraman, with Samatex win by a goal to nil. Unfortunately, their return, they had an accident which prevented them from using the vehicle after a head-on collision with a pickup truck which veered off into their lane, causing some damage to the vehicle. According to the FA statement on Sunday, we are happy to report that all three members of the technical team are in stable condition and will undergo further medical assessment as a precautionary measure upon their return to Accra, the statement read. Now, FC Bao defender Jonas Ajete Eje has also been called up to replace Alexander Jiku, who is injured and will be out of Ghana's double-header AFCON qualifiers. Jiku suffered a thigh injury during a league match for Fenerbahce on Friday, leading coach Otoado to bring in the man from FC Bao. Coach Otoado has been explaining why all the players that he has called merit their places in the team.
To reach our aim to qualify for the AFCON. And that's for me the most important thing. I don't care where the player comes from. If I'm convinced, and that's it. So at the moment, these are the 23 players which I think are the best to help us in transitioning my idea of football and what I want to see and how I think we can beat Angola and Niger on the pitch. And that's why they're in. It hasn't got anything to do with which league they're playing it. And surely some leagues are maybe higher rated. If I think about the British Premier League, it's very high rated. And if you can compete in that league, you definitely have a place in our squad. But like I said, at the moment or in general, it doesn't matter to me which league a player is playing in. But if I see the performance and the performance can fit in our system, then I would call him.
So that is it there from Otoado. Now, Dutch-born Ghanaian Rome, Jaden Owusu Odro is a young goalkeeper who has progressed through the ranks at AZ Alkmaar's Academy and is now the class first choice goalkeeper for the current season. Black Stars head coach Otoado has hinted at the possibility of calling up the goalkeeper in the future. Executive Council member Dr. Randy Abbey says the GFA will work at getting all quality players to play for Ghana. When asked about Jaden and also the possibility of getting Eddie Nketiah to play for the Black Stars.
I personally have not followed him but I know that our technical directorate compiles a database of all these players who are eligible to play for Ghana. And we do the follow-ups as and when we believe that there is a prospect or a quality that we need to attract into our fold. So it is an ongoing process. It's something that we do every day. Every day, whether it is within our borders or outside this jurisdiction, we keep looking for talents and prospects that qualify to represent Ghana. And at any point in time that we find one, we'll monitor their progress. If we believe that we need to get them into our fold, we'll engage them. And if we are successful, we'll be excited about that.
So that is from Randy Abe, Executive Council member on the players. Now the Black Stars itinerary looks that today they will be having their first training session, which looks more like a shake-up, and it will be open to the public at the Accra Sports Stadium. And then they would have their trip to Kumasi tomorrow morning and continue with their training session before the mandatory training session on Wednesday. But on Tuesday, they would have an open session at the Barbara Sports Stadium with the public and the media. On Wednesday, it will be the official training session mandated by CAF before the game on Thursday. Now let's move on away from that to FC Summertex, and they won their second trophy in 2024 after defeating MTN FA Cup holders in Swatraman 1-0 at the Takwa Naboso Park on Saturday night. The new stadium hosted the two teams as Summertex striker Emmanuel Mama did well to connect to Isaac Affol's cross to open the score for the Ghana Premier League champions. So Summertex winning the champion of champions there. Let's have a quick listen to the general manager Ed Monaka, who says this win is a boost for the upcoming clash against Raja Casablanca in the CAF Champions League.
We have a plan, we have a project, and we are still on course. They should expect more from us. 3 days ago, we visited the office of the Forestry Commission. I told them, if this team take out Raja, then they should expect another cup, the third cup after today. In fact, I promised them this cup, the Forestry Commission, that we are bringing the Super Cup to them. But hey, after Raja, if my team is able to take out Raja, I don't see any team coming near Samatex.
So that is from the general manager for FC Summertex, Edmond Aka. Now away from the local scene to the international. Then starting from England, Liverpool maintained their flawless start under new manager Arne Slot as they outclassed the woeful Manchester United at Old Trafford. The visitors were in a different level to United in a win so comprehensive that it will bring renewed scrutiny on Slot's fellow Dutchman Erik ten Hag, who survived a summer review to win a new contract following last season's FA Cup when Luis Diaz struck twice in quick succession before the interval to put Liverpool in complete command. Mohamed Salah inevitably got in on the act with his 12th goal in 15 appearances against United after 56 minutes, beating Andre Onana from Dominic Szoboszlai's pass. Even after a significant win, Anslot still finds time to highlight the impressive saves made by his goalkeeper at important times in the game.
And like I said, if you play that good together and you work that hard together, then individuals can make the difference, and we have a few of them that can make the difference if we work this hard. Yeah, it's always nice to win the game, but you don't enjoy the atmosphere till maybe 5 minutes before the end, because we also saw the second half that maybe we were stronger and we should have won this game. We won it, but we should have maybe scored more goals. But we needed Alisson 2 times in the second half to make a real important save for us not to concede, because we all know how things can change here at Old Trafford if they can score a goal. So I had to stay on top of them, and unfortunately we stayed really focused and concentrated. That's why we could win with 3-0.
2 weeks to enjoy it. Thank you so much.
So that is from Anslot after the win. Now Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag says he cannot account for individual errors by his players, and he's no Harry Potter.
It's difficult because when you say individual errors, when you make them like this, then you know against Liverpool they are very good in the turnovers, and I think the structures were right in this moment, especially the first goal, the second goal as well. The third goal you can debate. I think we were not so right over the left side in the rest defense. The first 2 goals you can't change. When you make such mistakes against a good team as Liverpool, they will kill you. And I think all over they took the chances very clinical, so deserve win for them.
So that is it there from Eric Ten Hag. Now away from that to the other game that was played on Sunday. Berechi has scored a superb equalizer as Crystal Palace drew with Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge. Chelsea, who won 6-2 against Wolves last week, were the better side in the first half, with Cole Palmer firing just wide and Dean Henderson saving superbly from Noni Madueke before Nicholas Jackson broke the deadlock with a quick tap in from Cole Palmer's cross. Enzo Maresca speaking on Chelsea going the right direction despite the draw.
We controlled the game. We didn't concede chances. First half, they just had, I think, one shot on goal with the Wharton. Second half, the goal that was fantastic goal. But yeah, overall, as you said, we completely deserved to win the game. Unfortunately, we didn't. But the performance, I think, was very good on the ball and off the ball. Probably after we conceded the goal, we lose a little bit our way to control the game. The game started to be a little bit up and down, transition, that for us is not our football, and especially against them, that in transition they are very good. But then after we come back in the way we plan the game, and at the end we have 2-3 more chances to win the game, but it's where it is.
So that is from Enzo Maresca. Newcastle United maintained the unbeaten start to the season as they defeated Tottenham at a packed atmosphere at the St. James. Now the host took a 37th minute lead when Harvey Barnes scored. Brennan Johnson had a shot sliced into his own goal by Newcastle defender Dan Burn. However, against the run of play, Newcastle regained their lead with 12 minutes left as Alexander Isak netted the winner. Ange Postecoglou lamented the lack of composure from his Spurs side.
Yeah, potentially, but I still think even outside of that, we just had some really good opportunities, a little bit more composure. Fair play to Nick Pope. I thought he had an outstanding game, but I thought we could have tested him a few more times with just some better decision making. It's not just the opportunities we did create. I thought there was another probably 6 to 10 moments where we could have created even more opportunities. So yeah, and like I said, that's been a sort of a constant theme for us that we're trying to sort of break through.
Well, that is from Ange Postecoglou, but Erling Haaland has been in phenomenal form, getting another hat-trick to dispatch West Ham United on Saturday. Pep Guardiola says he is not really surprised, but he keeps giving something stupendous every single time that he plays for Manchester City. Pep Guardiola on Erling Haaland after Saturday's hat-trick.
Very detailed. I said last press conference, finish the training session, stay half hour, 20 minutes, half an hour before to finishing short shots, first controls, and fit to a keeper. Last season, not even once was there. That he didn't feel good, was tired, he didn't feel niggles most of part of the season. Even with that, was there. And at the end, he's so smart, he needs the team, and what you're going to do is to play better and better to give more balls in this final third. And I think with Rico, with Gundo, with Kevin, with Bernardo, with McAtee going to play, we're going to create that situations where they move really well in small spaces. Because the transition, the last goal, for example, or the first goal, Bernardo win the ball, pass the ball and finish, the third goal with a space behind is unstoppable. There's no central defender. Not even with, with a gun. It's impossible. It's so fast, so powerful.
So powerful, impossible to stop him, according to Pep Guardiola. Now let's move on to the La Liga, where Kylian Mbappe scored a brace as Real Madrid defeated Real Betis 2-0. It was the France international's first goals in La Liga since his summer move from PSG. The 25-year-old previously scored in Real Madrid's UEFA Super Cup win against Atalanta. The win moves Carlo Ancelotti's team up to second in the La Liga table on 8 points. Barcelona are top on 12 points, with both sides having played 4 matches. So Kylian Mbappe getting his first 2 goals. Now 2 Formula 1, and Charles Leclerc pulled off an extraordinary home win for Ferrari at the Italian Grand Prix ahead of McLaren's of Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. Ferrari chose a one-stop strategy for Leclerc, improvising mid-race to vault him in front of them McLaren's. Red Bull's Max Verstappen could only finish 6th, and Norris cut his championship lead by 8 points to 62 with 8 races to go. So that is that from the Formula 1. Now finishing off with the US Open. Coco Gauff's US Open title defense ended in a 6-3, 4-6, 6-3 loss to fellow American Emma Navarro in the 4th round on Sunday. The reigning women's champion becoming the latest big name to make the early exit at Flushing Meadows this year. Gauff had been looking to avenge her 4th round loss at this year's Wimbledon, but Navarro stunned the crowd at the Arthur Ashe Stadium with an aggressive all-round display to reach the quarterfinals for the first time. Navarro had kind words for Gauff despite her win.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I lost in the first round last 2 years, and now to be making quarterfinals is pretty insane. And this is the city I was born in, and it feels so special to be playing here. Coco's an amazing player, and I have a ton of respect for her, and I know she's going to come back here and win this thing again one year.
So that is from Emma Navarro. Now, on another electrifying night on Arthur Ashe Stadium, Frances Tiafoe defeated Djokovic conqueror Alexei Popyrin 6-4, 7-6, 2-6, 6-3 in just over 3 hours. Frances Tiafoe will be facing Grigor Dimitrov in the last 8 with the wind at his back and belief coursing through him. This is Tiafoe after the win.
Yeah, I always dreamt about playing on this court. From a kid, I used to hit against the wall and want to compete on this court. Seeing the Williams sisters win titles here, seeing Roger win here a million times, I was like, I just want to play on this court, and it's so iconic, obviously named after Arthur Ashe, so I wanted to be a part of that. And it brings out the best in me. And you guys are unbelievable fans, and it makes it so fun out here, honestly.
So that is it there from Frances Tiafoe. Before we end it, in the women's 100 meters entries for the Zurich Diamond League on the 5th of September, there is Julian Alfred, Shakari Richardson, Tia Clayton, Marie-José Talou, Dina Asher-Smith, Mujinga Kambunji, Tamara Davis, Daryl Nater, and Gina Mariam Bass Bitai. Also for the women's 100 meters hurdle, there is Masai Russell, there's Daniel Williams, and Kenny Harrison, who have all agreed to be in there. For the men's 200 meters, there is Letsile Teboho, Kenny Bednarik, Arion Knighton, Fred Kelly, Alexander Ogando, Courtney Lindsay, Joseph Fanbole, and then Timothy Momenthala also in there. So some impressive men to look up to for the event that will be coming up on Thursday. That is the Zurich Diamond League. For the 400 meters hurdle, there is Karsten Walholm, Alison Dos Santos, Clement Dukos, Abdelharam Samba, Roshan Clark, CJ Allen, Rasmus Maggie, and the one and only Julien Bonvin. So these are the men that will be in action for the Zurich Diamond League. There is going to be a lot more sports news on 3news.com as well as 3sportsgh across all the socials. Thanks to Amaka and then Frankie Champon for the production. Also George supported. Tomorrow we'll be bringing you a lot more here on Sunrise, but stay tuned as the show continues. DJ Abiam is here to serve you with some very fine tunes. Have a very good start to the new week.